Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking the absolute ultimate modern football rivalry. We're jumping straight into the hard data as both of these absolute legends incredibly continue to compete on the global stage, even right here at the 2026 World Cup. Whether you grew up watching them or you're just trying to grasp the sheer scale of their dominance, this breakdown is going to give you a totally fresh perspective. So, after 20 years, how do you even objectively measure a rivalry like this? Well, we aren't going to rely on subjective opinions or heated fan debates. Instead, we're going to impartially map out their intertwined careers using strict statistical, tactical, and historical data. We really want to understand not just who scored more, but how they played, how they evolved, and how they completely re-engineered the sport itself. All right, here's a quick look at our agenda. 1. The dual sovereignty. 2. The statistical arms race. 3. Head-to-head confrontations. 4. The evolution of tactical roles. And finally, historical impact and legacy. Kicking things off with Section 1, the dual sovereignty, looking at these active legends in 2026. It's honestly wild that we are starting this analysis in June 2026, and they are both still anchoring major projects. I mean, Messi is out there leading Inter Miami, they just grabbed the Supporters' Shield, and he's still captaining Argentina. Meanwhile, Ronaldo just locked down the 25-26 Saudi Pro League title with Al Nassr, remarkably bagging 2 goals on the final match day. They literally refuse to slow down. Moving right along to Section 2, the statistical arms race, focusing on volume versus efficiency. For nearly 2 decades, these guys have essentially broken the math of football. Looking at these numbers, you really see a clear split in their profiles. Ronaldo has the edge in pure volume and crazy physical longevity, sitting at 975 official senior goals. But then you look at Messi, and it's all about incredible efficiency. He averages a direct goal or assist every 71.6 minutes. That is just absurd. Now, if we want to talk about jaw-dropping metrics, look at this. 140 UEFA Champions League goals. Ronaldo stands completely alone here. And this isn't just about finishing ability. It proves he is the ultimate big-game player on Europe's biggest stage, winning the trophy 5 times and producing physics-defying moments like that unforgettable bicycle kick against Juve. He is unmatched when the pressure is on. On the flip side, when you isolate Messi's creative output, you hit this number, 414 official career assists. That is an all-time footballing record. It perfectly captures his dual-threat reality. He isn't just a world-class scorer, weaving through defenses. He is simultaneously functioning as the primary creative playmaker for his team. Historically, we just haven't seen that combination. Okay, transitioning to Section 3, head-to-head confrontations. What actually happens when they share the pitch? Evaluating them in isolation is one thing, but putting them head-to-head gives us this amazing microscopic view. This rivalry absolutely peaked from 2009 to 2018. If you remember those fierce El Clasico fixtures, you know exactly what I mean. Across domestic cups, league matches, Champions League ties, and international friendlies, they have clashed directly 36 times. And the data from those 36 matches is incredible because the margins are razor thin. Look at the goal scoring. They are separated by literally 1 single goal. Messi with 22, Ronaldo with 21. But this is also where you see Messi's playmaking advantage shine through in high-stakes games. He racked up 12 assists to Ronaldo's 1, and ultimately walked away with 16 victories to Ronaldo's 11. Let's dive into Section 4, evolution of tactical roles and how they defied age and physicality. Here's the thing. You simply cannot dominate for 20 years by playing the exact same way you did when you were 20. As they aged, their differing profiles forced them down completely different tactical paths. You've got the visionary system playmaker evolving on one side, and the unmatched athletic target man on the other. Tracing Ronaldo's path is fascinating. He started as this explosive, touchline-hugging winger at Manchester United. Then, at Real Madrid, he became an inverted forward, constantly cutting inside to shoot. Finally, as his raw pace slightly dropped, he morphed into a pure, elite central poacher. By leveraging his immense physical strength, he's won a massive 1,066 career aerial duels, becoming the ultimate terminal for his team's attacks. Messi's evolution went the other way. He shifted inwards but dropped much deeper. He started out as a devastating right winger, then moved into Pep Guardiola's famous false 9 role. You know, the role that yielded that mind-bending 91-goal calendar year in 2012. And today, He has fully embraced a deep-lying playmaker or number 10 role, dictating the tempo and basically acting as the entire midfield engine of his teams. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Historical Impact and Legacy, looking at trophies, records, and respect. Zooming out to look at their macro impact, let's start with individual accolades. For the sport's most prestigious honor, the Ballon d'Or, Messi leads with a record 8 wins, but Ronaldo is right there with an incredible 5. Think about that for a second. Together, they basically locked the rest of the footballing world out of this award for more than a decade. When it comes to collective team success, Messi edges the count with 46 official senior trophies, which is the most of any player in history, capped off, of course, by his World Cup victory with Argentina. Ronaldo, on the other hand, boasts an amazing 35 trophies, and he's uniquely proved his elite mentality by conquering 4 entirely different domestic leagues across Europe and the Middle East. Honestly, the sheer volume of records these two have left behind is going to shape the sport for generations. From Ronaldo's 145 international goals and scoring in 5 World Cups to Messi's 474 La Liga goals and 6 European Golden Shoes. These numbers prove mathematically that they didn't just participate in a golden era of football, they single-handedly defined it. But what's truly heartening is that despite the intense, sometimes toxic debates among fans over the years, the players themselves hold a ton of mutual respect. Messi recently described their intertwined careers really warmly, calling it a beautiful sporting rivalry, acknowledging how they continuously pushed each other to maintain elite standards. And Ronaldo has echoed that exact same feeling. He's openly said that while the fierce competition between them is in the past, there is no denying the structural impact they had together. Like he rightly put it, together they fundamentally changed the history of the sport forever. So, as we watch them write their final chapters on the pitch in 2026, the biggest takeaway from this explainer should really be a sense of profound appreciation. It's not just about picking a favorite anymore, it's about asking a much bigger question. Will future generations ever be able to replicate an era of such sustained dual greatness? Thanks so much for joining me to explore this incredible data and keep questioning the limits of what's possible in sports.